Hello, everyone. It's your boy Goose. So I know that the Dashcast intros have been a little bit weird lately. Like, we had Bot Kenny in the Void. We had Barry Button, the singing button. We had Secret Agent Goose. Oh, yeah, and we had the talking jellyfish that just did not want to be on camera. Like, absolutely not. So I can assure you that this intro is not going to be weird at all. That being said, this is going to be a fantastic episode of Dashcast, episode 7. I'm so excited to show you this episode. And we're going to be starting off with the intro, which is happening right now. We've got the cycle recap. We've got the cycle highlights. We've got the players of the cycle. We've got an update from the Dash League Gamer Hype House, which is awesome. What's after that? We have an update from DLU and the DLU players of the cycle. Then after that, we talk about updates that we would want to see happen in the game. And I know what you're saying to yourself. You're like, Goose, this has happened before. And I'm like, yeah, we had that discussion before Triangle Factory put everything like new into the game. So we've got some updates on what we feel like should be in the game too. So that's exciting. And then we're of course going to look at some more memes that you've been sharing, and that has been great. So thank you so much for those memes. And stay tuned to right here for this episode of Dashcast. It's going to be awesome. And I actually don't know what's going on around me right now. Oh well. Enjoy this episode of Dashcast, everyone. All right, here we go with your cycle recap. First, Rook got the win over Limbo. And then Pew got the win over Limbo. Fire got the win over Jester. And Wrecked got the win over Sky. TBDI got the win over Southern Cross. And Wrecked got the win over Wolf. Swa got the win over Hard 2. And then Swa also got the win over Emu. Hax got the win over Icon. And TBDI got the win over Hope. Life got the win over Wolf, although that match was a nail-biter. Mex got the win over Emu. And Thug got the win over Hard. Fire got the win over Southern Cross. And Fam got the win over Emerald. Mex got the win over Fam. And Hope got the win over Jester. Acolyte got the win over Viking. And DG got the win over Viking. Rook got the win over Hard. And Emerald got the win over Icon. Life got the win over Thug. Acolyte got the win over DG. Pew got the win over Sky. And Hax got the win over Grit. Hard 2 also got the win over Grit. And that was your cycle recap. All right, here we go with your cycle 5 highlights. Starting off, we've got Poseidon clearing out Hook.
Gets a 3K. Poseidon.
Next up, we've got Ares team wiping on the button.
That is a mess of bodies right there.
And now we've got TT going on a nice kill streak. Next up, we've got Cosine and Humbles laying down a bunch of rockets, just barraging the cart. And Humbles on a kill streak.
Yeah, if you guys see anything throughout the matches, obviously clip it.
10th Street.
Yeah, clip it, and dang, Humbles is popping off. But yeah, if you guys have any match highlights, make sure you click them and post them in the Dash League Discord. That definitely helps out the Dashcast episode.
Going on by fire site. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good. Yeah, definitely really good job on holding this part right here.
Yeah.
Pulling your right there.
Before we were taking the side instead.
Alright, Texas does on. Getting a kill.
Next up,
He's on.
we've got Tenacious Dave
Oh, Dave.
hunting the Blues,
That was a good
as Raider
jump
Gator
shot.
says.
Didn't even see that coming. Dave hunting down the blue right now.
Good kill.
Oh, we got fired in the countdown.
Not down by fire. Down
That-
by coastline.
I think,
Nation State won a 3K.
I think that might have been fire's first or second countdown. To be honest with you, Justin's mostly been getting countdown. Now we're seeing fire get.
Next up, we got Propaganda going on a nice kill streak.
VRM. If we're gonna win
Same match.
5 minutes, fire better get an appointment so we can see a sudden death. I'll just say that. Oh! Oh, they went 2 up.
Only 3 up. They lost it.
Can,
Unfortunate.
can Propaganda get it? What's going on?
And now we've got Demand going on a nice kill streak and helping his team score a point. And now we've got Counter Indigo with offensive rockets taking out the rocket.
Good work on Jester's rockets.
And now you know what time it is. Another Tenacious
to,
Dave kill streak.
Get more heavies up, but fire just overpowered them. Do you know what server it is?
It's on Amsterdam server too. But this is fire's
Yeah,
preferred.
that makes sense.
And now we've got Life with a team wipe. Oh, we got a donation from Doll for $50. Let's go, Doll!
Hopefully get that point. Work out.
And now we've got Propaganda all the way down to get a couple of kills.
I think she's on her knees right now.
We've got Shout Shocks.
Stop that. Shout shot.
Nice little kill streak here.
I think he's running the frontline skins. It sounded like a frontline skin. He definitely is. Oh. Shout's shots are like, they are almost unmatched. I say almost because we have.
And next up, we've got Snuffed going on a kill streak.
Yeah, it looks like Life ran out of money. So we're going B right now with Snuff. And it's the B like...
And now lastly, we've got Cosine saying that he knows the geometry of that sniper ledge and getting a nice little bounce shot kill. And those are your cycle highlights. Remember, if you have a highlight, post it in the Dashcast section of the Discord.
Hello, Dash League, and welcome to the penultimate segment of Players of the Cycle, Cycle 5. We're going to be doing one more of these for the regular season. And anyways, hopping right into it, we're going to be hopping over to Mex for Toshiro, who's been around for a couple seasons now, but put up some great numbers against FAM as well as Emu, and Mex went undefeated and now they're in Sprinter. It'd be great for a starting team to end up in Sprinter, or first-time team to end up in Sprinter for their first season. And with the lineup Mex has, as well as Toshiro on their team, they actually have a pretty decent shot of winning Sprinter tier if they manage to hold on to that. And then also in Walker, I'm sure they would do great in the tournament there. Anyways, hopping over to Emerald, we got Gremlin 3529. Very interesting set of numbers there. But anyways, Gremlin just did an incredible job this cycle. Emerald won one game, lost one game, but brought him to a control point both times. And he top scored and top killed on every single map he played. As well as on the control point, he outscored his teammates by over 6k. He had about 10k, while the second place got 4k. And how he did that was, one, he maintained a positive KD, which is pretty important. He was 25-20. And then also, every single time a icon player showed up on that button, he immediately hit it. And so we got a lot of captures, which not only led to him racking up a lot of score, but also they pretty dominantly won that control point, where the quarter before was a 1-0 win for, I believe, Icon. And then the payload was 95-84. It was a very, very close game. But due to his honestly pretty high level of play, he managed to win that control point by a pretty significant margin. And yeah, I mean, for a player I hadn't heard of before, he just did incredible. And I'm excited to see how he'll do in this next cycle and playoffs. Anyways, we're going to be hopping over to Sprinter Tier. And for Acolyte, we have Frank the Third. Yeah, I mean, he put up great numbers against Viking. And I, especially like compared to players like Echo and Rexac and Zuinu, is for being a new player, he's held up pretty well, which is pretty hard to do, especially when you're new. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how he does the rest of the season. Hopefully he'll play other seasons and can improve, and we can watch him improve as we go. And then somebody who is definitely not new, we have Doofus. Played against TBDI and Southern Cross, and he dropped almost 100, or he was on TBDI live, but I don't want to re-record this segment. Anyways, he played Southern Cross and Hope. Yes, okay, my notes are wrong. Anyways, he dropped almost 100 against Hope on Canyon, which, I mean, anytime you're approaching the 100 mark on any map for any reason, I think is a pretty huge accomplishment. And then on Quarry, he went like 75 and 30, which was like, oh my god. So that led to a pretty dominant win there, and then to the Cross, they won a 4v4. So just, you know, TBDI doing great. I think this probably might be their best season ever, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really excited to see how they do during playoffs. I know they've won Walker Tier before. Maybe they could win Sprinter, and, you know, maybe go for Dasher next season. That'd be fun. Well, anyways, we'll be closing out over in Dasher. We have Virtual Vega. Rook went undefeated the cycle, and he top killed on every single map he played, and he played every single map, which, you know, Rook has been pretty back and forth this season. They're in Dasher for the first time in a while, so it's a little bit expected. But yeah, I mean, they've been holding their own in Dasher for a pretty consistent time period, and a large part of that is Virtual Vega, and it'll be exciting to see them in playoffs for hopefully Dasher, or maybe Sprinter, and they can finally win Sprinter. That'd be cool. And finally, closing it out over on Pew, we have Solar. Pew also went undefeated the cycle. Pew and Rook have kind of had a similar vibe this season, where they're now in Dasher for long-time Sprinter teams. And so they've been kind of going back and forth, but they managed to hold their own, and I think Pew's done a great job. They've also picked up some great players like Dark Ghost. But he top scored on both maps he played the cycle, as well as just getting very, very high interactions, which people tend to look at KD a little bit too much. But if you're able just to like get a lot of picks or get a lot of depth, that usually means you're just doing a lot of stuff on the map, which is just always helpful, and he managed to accomplish that. And then he also top fragged on every map against Sky, which I think is notable, because that was a very, very, very close game. I mean, the control play ended 250 to 248. I think the closest I'd ever seen before was 250 to 247. But the large reason why Pew managed to squeak out that win at the end was Solar, just bringing out some great killing power, managing to equalize with Life. Or Sky's also very good killing power. And yeah, I mean, Pew doing great. We'll see how they do this cycle, and excited to see how they do in playoffs. And anyways, that's going to close it out for me. Yeah, see you next time. Bye.
All right, and we are back in the house. It is time to get these bots some friends, and the only way that we're going to do that is we're going to take a bot out. Let's see. You know, Bot Gel. We're going to take Bot Gel downtown. Okay, stop eating and call the cab. So Jordy is just sleeping on the floor still. Gel is going downtown in his pajamas. All right, where should we go? We got to make some friends. Actually, let's go to the beach. That's where people go to hang out, right? Let's get to know some people. We're not even here for the festivities. We're just here to greet people and get some friends so that we can throw a house party later. Ocean, ooh. Bot Jill, become friends. You need friends. Thank you. Compliment them. Admire them. Entertain. Wait. What is Isaac doing here? Isaac, you're not allowed to leave the house. Only one bot at a time is allowed to leave the house. All right, we've got friends now. We're gonna have so many friends after this. Ooh. While we're here, let's get a new outfit. All right, first he's gotta greet everybody that I told him. Ooh, a new outfit. None of these really scream robot. All right, I guess the onesie is what we're gonna get. Wait, Neil, what are you doing here? Everybody's here, and I said, "Oh, greet Betty before she leaves." And Kieran, go get Kieran. No, she's gonna leave. Okay, I think this car may be stuck here. Why is it honking? Okay, great. All right, we're gonna go home. Oh my gosh. Okay, you can wait like 5 seconds. All right, go get in. Get in the cab. Let's go home. We gotta throw a party now. Who has the best cooking skill? Oh my gosh. Okay, go take a shower. People are gonna get here and we're not gonna have any food to serve. Okay. I don't even know what we're throwing a party for. Look at all these people. All right, some balloons. What else screams party? Ooh, a genie lamp. Oh, a cake. That's what we needed. All right, cool. All right, we've got everything for a party. I have no idea what we're throwing a party for. Okay, somebody go get the door. Go get the door. Okay, bots, go open up the door. Okay. Jordy, wake up. Let our guests in. This is such a bad party. They're literally just standing on the front lawn. All right. Who wants to come in? Who wants to come in? We've got a TV. We've got balloons. Oh, a balloon popped. All right, great. Everybody is coming in. Fantastic. All right. Why are you guys in the hot tub again? Gosh. Maybe we need another hot tub. We need a second hot tub right next to the other one. They love that thing so much. Oh, God. A mime is here. Okay, Timo, rub the lamp. Oh. All right, let's see what we get out of this.
What a baringa!
Wait, what happened? Oh, the genie killed all of our... Aw. The genie killed all of our plants. Look at how popular. Okay. Maybe we need another hot tub. Our whole backyard is just going to be hot tubs. Maybe we should get rid of the pool. You know what we really need? Yes. A piano on the back porch. Alright, play piano. Look at this part. This party is so successful. We're just having... Oh, and Maxim... okay, alright. I was about to say this party is so successful, then Maxim decided that did not want to wear his robot outfit. See, this is so sophisticated. We've got the okay, that Jordy, that was terrible. Play it again. We've got the hot tubs. Oh my gosh. Gel, okay. Okay, go in the pool. Okay, fine. Timo, you play. Who is screaming? Who is screaming? Why is the mime on the dance floor? We haven't even used the club that much. Isaac, I changed my mind. Go turn on the stereo. Nice. This is high quality content right here. Timo, also go dance. What did Gel do that he got? Is Gel benching? Alright, well, I am so glad that these bots finally have friends. Oh, the balloons popped. But that's alright. The bots have friends. We threw this awesome party. Gel is still in the pool. Man, it is going swimmingly well in the Dash League Gamer Hype House. Our gardener still has not come. So we will see you next time, and hopefully we can keep this hype up. The robots hopefully will continue doing well. But we'll catch you next time on the Dash League Gamer Hype House. All right, everyone. Well, wasn't that an exciting update from the Dash League Gamer Hype House? Always love to see what those bots are up to in that Hype House. Well, next up, we've got Blister here, and he is going to help me with the Dash League University Players of the Cycle. So take it away, Blister.
Oh yes, oh yes. Hello everybody watching this amazing Dashcast. We are here to tell you who your Dash League University Players of the Cycle are. We are down one zoo in you, but we have one very silly goose, perhaps even a cowboy goose, to help out today. The first player of the cycle that we would love to recognize is Johnny from SWA. Goose, why is Johnny from SWA one of our players of the cycle?
So Johnny, when they were facing Emu, Johnny went 64 and 39 on Abyss, top scored, and then on the Quarry, Johnny went 55 and 27, and that's a KD of 2.04, and also top scored, and had a score of 15,782 points on the Quarry. So that was
wow.
And SWA did end up taking that match versus Emu. Hey, so Future Goose here editing this. So we realized that SWA isn't actually a DLU team yet, but they could become one in the future. But nobody caught that they're not one right now. But still, shout out to Johnny. That's awesome. Thanks.
Wow. Absolutely wild. Back-to-back amazing maps. You love to see it. Johnny was definitely a great player for SWA in that match. Next up, we've got No Bird from DG.
Yeah, so No Bird went 55 and 50 on Abyss versus Acolyte, and then went 78 and 49. That's a KD of 1.59 on the Quarry. Ended up beating Acolyte on the Quarry, forcing a double control point. Unfortunately, they did end up not winning the double control point, but No Bird still went 79 and 54 with a KD of 1.46 on the double control point. So that was very, very good from No Bird.
Wow. Yeah, you love to see those clutch players coming in, making sure that they get that one map that they absolutely need to drag that match out for the possibility of a win. Did not get it this time, but you love to see those clutch players making a great match for everyone playing and watching. Lastly, we've got Little Wolf from Hard 2.
Yeah, Lil Wolf it was just hard to put up a really good fight versus Grit, and Lil Wolf went 63 and 13.
Whoa!
uh,
What?
that's a 4.85 KD. So tremendous KD from Lil Wolf during Abyss, and then the Quarry went 7-1. So tremendous effort from Lil Wolf, and Hard 2 actually ended up taking the win versus Grit, and so that was just amazing.
Absolutely crazy. I think that we have found our Dash League University player who might be the one to get that best KD in the whole of Dash League. Man, this player is on the road to a great achievement with some already insane games played. Absolutely amazing job to our players that we would love to recognize. We've got more coming up from Dash League University soon. We're just taking a quick little break after our tournament, but we will be back soon with some more awesome Dash League University stuff.
You know what the best part is?
What's the best part, Scoop?
There's still one cycle left before playoffs, so if you're a part of Dash League University and you're like, I really want to get that player of the cycle, you gotta put forth the effort, and maybe you'll get it for this last cycle coming up.
Last chance, guys. Alrighty. Great job all around. So proud to see all of you learning, playing Hyperdash, having fun, working with your teams. Nicely done, everyone.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Blister, for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
And now we're going to have an awesome segment where we talk about things that we want to see in Hyperdash. So stick around for that.
See ya.
All right. Well, wasn't that a fantastic segment? Well, we're going to change gears a little bit here. We talked about this topic last season on Dashcast, but the devs have put in a lot of work, and they've made a lot of positive changes and added a lot of content. So I thought that we should talk about this again and get some new perspectives, since we have a new cast on Dashcast as well. Get some new perspective on what we would love to see added to the game, what changes, like map types, gun types, like all of that jazz. So I guess, Lobster, if you want to start off, what's one thing that you would like to see added?
First of all, before I get started, you could say we have a new Dashcast.
Yeah, go ahead and log out for me.
Yeah, okay, bye. So that was my contribution. No. I think we need another weapons rebalance. I feel like the burst has nothing to do, and no one ever picks it up.
I pick it up.
See,
Okay.
I agree. I think that, I don't know. I think that the burst is good, but I feel like it needs I feel like it could be a little bit more powerful up close, and even if it kept the same drop off, I think if it was a little bit more useful up close, I don't know. What do you guys feel like?
I
mean, it acts like a shotgun.
I think
to
it
me,
overlaps
anyway,
too
when I
much
use
with
it.
the pistol. Oh, okay, now.
Yeah, sorry, I have really bad delay, so I can't tell when anyone is talking.
Oh, okay.
That's on me. Just go ahead and run your piece.
Yeah, I feel like it overlaps too much with the niche of the pistol, and it's just the pistol you get right out of the gate, gets going, you don't need to pick up anything, and it's fine. But the burst, you need to wait for another pickup, and it's just like overall kind of worse.
I see where you're coming from, but honestly, I really like to use them almost as shotguns. And I think we talked about it in a match earlier this cycle specifically, where
Yeah,
someone on one of the European teams was picking up a shotgun and a burst, and someone mentioned how the burst acts like a shotgun, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're right. That's crazy." And I haven't really looked at them the same since.
Laz, what you think?
Oh, weapon balance? I mean, I think, to be honest, I think everybody will hate me, but the pistol should be nerfed. Because, like, at the highest level of play, there really isn't an incentive to pick up any weapon besides pistols or rockets, but that's only for payloads. Like, there's such a centralizing weapon in the game.
I would have to agree. I think, see, here's the thing. Like, we talk about pistol sniping, and, like, I think there should be more incentive to pick up the actual sniper.
Yeah, because when you
anything
say
in general,
sniping,
like shotguns or, like, you spawn with pistols, I feel like it should be the worst gun, no? Because everything else has, like, a cost associated with picking it up.
yeah.
So do you think then the range should, like, what do you think should be changed about it? Do you think the range should be reduced, or?
Well, the issue is that pistols kind of can do everything every other weapon can do, except for heavies. Like, they don't have the AoE damage, but they have, like, the one-shot power shotguns with charge shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have any damage fall off, so they're better than snipers, theoretically, because you can just snipe them forever. You get more bullets, less of a reload. I think the only thing, like, weapon that, like, it's a little bit worse than is, like, SMGs and staples. Well, not staples, but SMGs. And if you get a high enough fire rate, then, like, pistols are still probably better, right? Because it's still a 2-shot kill with pistols. So it's just kind of like, you would need to, like, tone everything around down the board to make it in line.
I see where you're coming from, but I feel like because of how the pistols are like the main like central weapon of the game, and because of how long the game has been out now, I feel like if they tried to change the pistols by too much, it would like mess with everybody's ability to play for a very long time. It would take a lot of getting used to, a lot of really easing it in, because if they tried to change anything too quickly, it'd kind of mess with everything. But I see where you're coming from. Pistols
Every week they tone it down just like 1%. So by the time it's like the frog in the boiling pot. It's like, wait.
Well, I guess the question is, like, do you want it to be a game centralized around, like, pistol use, or should it be all the weapons? Because right now it's entirely centralized around
the pistols.
Right,
I really
think
do.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's just me personally. I don't know what everyone else thinks. That's my personal opinion. I like the idea of having a centralized weapon with the ability to branch off.
Right.
I agree, and I think that the best case scenario, for me at least, would have the pistol at the center of everything, and it can kind of do everything, but not sort of great. And then you just have, when you want to go into that niche scenario, you know, like shotguns, they do an absurd amount of close range damage. So if you're just hanging around, say, Canyon, Chaos Room, you know, shotguns are fantastic. And, you know, if you need the AoE, go with rockets or shocks. Or snipers, who picks up snipers? You need something.
Grim picks up snipers.
Areas of War picks up snipers.
Oh yeah. But I do kind of agree that it, I don't know. I wish that the other weapons had more incentive to pick them up. Like right now, it's like SMGs you pick up and the rockets.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I actually, despite the fact that I also hate them, I hate the stigma around SMGs because of how damn OP they are. Like, you can get to it, like, if you're a brand new person picking them up for the first time, they're not that powerful. But if you, like, actually spend some time on them, or you play enough pubs, like, we've all run into that level 40 that has no business being that good with SMGs before, I'm sure. And it's like, they're quick to pick up, they're easy, they're all over the place, and they're really easy to get used to. But once you're used to them, they're so overpowered, and everyone hates them because they play pubs, and then that sort of thing happens. But they're a good weapon, and they're utilized in pub match or in matches nowadays, like in Dash League, more so than they were in previous seasons. but it's still like you see someone pick up an SMG and it's like, oh, come on, man, what are you doing?
I think I know what might help with all of that. And I think it's switching around the weapon pickups, because what I realize is that where you pick up a weapon is usually not where you want to use it. So I think if they just changed where you pick up the weapons, so like, example, like instead of the shield on Waterway at the very top, you could put a sniper there.
That's
Oh,
one
I
that
see what you mean.
Forgot to write down. Shield. I wanted.
Yeah,
to
because
talk
right
about
now
that too.
the waterway sniper pickups, there's one in basement, which is counterintuitive, and then there's one in a box on the left hand side of where you spawn at, which is also counterintuitive. So you've got to go bottom up, and by the time you get to the top, B's already taken, and there's people pushing your base, which then renders the sniper pretty much useless unless your team is actually good enough at clearing it out. Same thing for shocks. Like shocks in waterway specifically, I'm just going to stick with that since we're on it. Like there's a shock in the bottom, and granted there is a shock top middle, but you still have to go to the bottom if you want instantaneous pickups. And shocks on that map are mostly used for like long distance button
I see them
clearing,
most
basically.
at the opposite base, or button holding essentially.
Yeah.
But
and like, I don't know.
also on Canyon, like SMGs are right off the rip. Like you can get double SMGs right out of spawn on red.
Yeah,
I mean, I
dash
think
up, pick up one,
SMGs
rail, pick up another.
I think SMG's issue are less like a stats issue and more of there are way too many weapon pickups for like. You can get SMGs on almost every map. They're usually in a good spot. Like there's a great spot on Quarry. Double SMGs on Canyon is a great spot. Launchpad, there's still a good spot for SMGs on the bridge. Like every single map aside from Waterway or Control Point has great spots to pick up SMGs, and like I don't feel like any other weapon has that.
So you think it's more quantity over quality in this case? Like they're a decent weapon, but they're just all over the place, making them super easily accessible.
Yeah, I mean, how I've always thought about the other weapons besides pistols is like, okay, you should get a more powerful weapon, but there's a time cost. You have to go spend 5 or 10 seconds getting them, right? But SMGs just don't have it, so you can get it every life.
So I wonder if there's like more off the beaten paths that they could move those spawns to change it up.
Right.
And like you have to go out of your way to get bursts like at all.
Other than like Canyon, which has it off the rip,
Yeah.
but that's only on the second half of red spawn, and it's one, yeah.
All right. Well, I don't. I think here's the thing. So, we just talked about weapon rebalancing. What about adding a new weapon? And I want to pick your guys' brain with this. So, ways of getting around the map. You've got the rails. You've got dashing, obviously, sprinting.
Grappling hook?
You took the words right out of my mouth. See, here's my idea. So you have a grappling hook that you can shoot, and it'll pull you across wherever, and then it lets go. If you've ever played Apex Legends, there's a character. The name is not getting to me right now, but it's a robot that has a grappling hook, and I'm like, that is perfect. But
Pathfinder?
Yes, Pathfinder. Thank you. So
you're just gonna get post dashed.
Well,
I'm sorry.
So here's what I'm thinking. So if you shoot the grappling hook at like a wall, it'll pull you up. Obviously, they would have to make sure that like you can't get somewhere you're not supposed to be. But if you shoot it at a wall, it'll pull you up and pull you towards where you're shooting. But if you shoot it at another robot, here's what I'm thinking: that it pulls it towards you, so that you could have a weapon in your other hand, and it would like yank them back or yank them to the side, and you could be shooting at them as they're being yanked back. So you could like shoot someone about to jump on the cart and yank them off of it.
I think I would quit the game. I'm going to be honest. 100%. I would not be able to play in a game like that.
I just think the problem with that is like, why? Because for movement options, we already have dashing, and I feel like that acts in a sort of similar way. And then for like, why would you want to pull someone closer to you when we already have pistols that get, 2-shot in your face?
So taking away from the specific weapon, really quick, because you mentioned just like bringing in something new. The only issue I have with that specifically is that we've got enough weapons to cover pretty much everything. Shocks and rockets are explosives. Rockets are more maneuverable than shocks, but shocks are more dangerous. They have more ammunition and they're quicker. Shotguns, up close, big damage. SMGs, long distance, big damage. Pistols, generalized weapon with everything. Staples, kind of like a shotgun almost. I feel like we've covered pretty much, and then the shield, obviously, we've got the shield for cover. Like we've got everything that we could use. So honestly, I don't see the need for anything else. But back to the grappling hook.
Okay, so let me say
build on
this.
Humbles real quick. Before we move on, if we're not already using the guns we have, it's kind of
that's true.
Weird to add more.
That's the issue of the pistol is way too good for like you to use in your weapon.
So it's the same problem.
So what if somebody was on the cart with a shield and you could grappling hook the shield out of their hand?
That would be disgusting.
What would replace the shield, though? Would it just be an empty hand?
Yeah, empty hand.
Wow. Okay.
And I
that would
have
be
something
gross.
else. I have something else to say about the shield too, but we can but I don't know if we want to go that.
Ooh, hold up. That's a weird idea. What if you can grapple someone else's gun and then take it to replace the grappling hook? So they don't have a gun and you just get their gun.
The rockets would be impossible after that. The rockets would no longer be a viable option, dude.
No, you can just stand farther back and shoot them. And...
Hey there.
Shoot the rockets, rather. Because would the grappling hooks have gravity?
Well,
or would they be straight on?
Oh, well, I think it would be straight on. And then, so, you wouldn't have to, obviously worry about it, I was about to say
sniping someone.
Going flaccid is what I was about to say. But I feel like if you shot here's the thing that I'm thinking. So it could cover a longer distance than just dashing. So say you just broke checkpoint on Canyon on blue, you could shoot it up to the sniper ledge and it would pull you that far.
Damn.
So if it's in view, if it's in your view, you could grapple to it.
Could you dash while grappling, or would
waterway? No more.
Okay, I guess it wouldn't. It couldn't be on waterway, or else it'd have to be I don't know.
And what about dashing mid grapple? What are your thoughts on that? Would you be able to grapple until you see an enemy, or would it be
actually that would be
grapple
cool,
and you commit?
You're grappling over the entire map, and then you dash down and kill someone. That would be pretty tight.
That long distance straight rail after the wall on Canyon would go crazy. Dashing or grappling straight into the sniper behind the enemy.
Well, and speaking of Canyon, if you the wall, going around that wall pre-checkpoint, you could grapple up to the corner and spin around the wall and come out on the top of it towards someone, because everybody's expecting you
on the grapple hook.
Yeah, I think that it would what am I trying to say? It would have gravity in the sense of that wouldn't make any sense. Never mind. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the mechanics of the thing. I didn't think it this far through.
How the heck would you swing on the grapple hook?
Well, this is why we bring it before a board of peers, so that it can be challenged. Yeah. But I do see where you're talking about with not just the grappling hook specifically, but bringing in a new weapon. I understand the allure to that, but I also see Lobster Master's point where it's we hardly use the weapons we're given now anyway. Outside of European teams, they use everything all the time. But bringing in something new at this point, I just don't think is viable until the weapons are more balanced.
We can say pistol. We don't gotta hide behind stuff.
Or that there is something new introduced that requires something else to counter it,
True.
Swords.
No.
I was gonna say, we wouldn't be able to just bring in one new weapon out of nowhere. There'd have to be something to counter it. Everything has its own specific counter in the game, whether it's dashing related or it's weapon related. Snipers are great and all, but they're limited with the aiming thing, right? Like it's really hard to aim those as compared to normal weapons. When it comes to like rockets and shocks and stuff, they're great, but if you land a hit directly on somebody and they have a shield, it gets nullified. So like there are counters to specific items, and we wouldn't be able to just bring in something new without having something to counter that as well. Like a sword to slash the wire.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, there you go.
I think snipers need a damage buff because right now they're like the same damage as a charge shot, right? From a pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like why would you use a sniper when you already have the starting gun that has 4 shots and
So do you think that the sniper should be one hit kill no matter where you hit?
Yeah.
no, but it's difficult.
You'd either have to buff the snipers or you'd have to like nerf the pistols a little bit, which is playing into Lazarus's idea, which I don't agree with. So I'm going to step away.
The issue is that pistols are already so like buffed to where you can't buff the other weapons. It's like they already one-shot kill.
Mm-hmm.
They already have the second best fire rate. Like there's just it's not about how big the numbers are. It's about time to kill. And I think pistols have the lowest in every scenario.
What if instead of 2-shot kill, it's 3-shot kill, so that a sniper is a 2-shot kill instead? It's just
like
a
3
little
charge
bit
shots.
slower.
3 charge shots, 6 single.
Yeah, for the body.
Isn't it 6 body shots anyways?
No,
yeah, but they
it's,
just nerfed the charge shot damage.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, my bad. I'm thinking in the wrong spot. So 3 charge shots to the body, like 8 normal shots to the body. That'd be half a magazine as well. That would make sense.
Yeah, something like that. And then you can keep snipers how they are, and then it's like if you have 2 snipers, you can insta-kill somebody.
And I think if they went that far, they should add drop-off damage to the pistol. If like to
It's wild
really...
it doesn't already.
Huh?
It's wild it isn't already.
Yeah, like I think that would make the sniper more
Snipey.
usable. Yeah, more snipey.
Because like snipers by trade are, and I get the fact that it's a pistol and whatever, but like snipers by trade are supposed to be able to inflict massive damage at longer ranges for that exact reason. So the fact that like if we were to, like honestly that would be the simplest fix, to just implement drop off to pistols and maybe increase the drop off on a few other weapons or decrease it depending, would make the most sense. Because if you just don't have drop off on the snipers, it makes like realistic sense. I get it's a video game where you're a robot dashing around using teleportation magic, but like realistically speaking, snipers not having drop off and everything else having more like incredibly more drop off would make complete sense.
And then we haven't even touched bounce shots yet.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Did any of you play back when bounce shots didn't have any damage fall off?
No.
I remember it.
So they used to not have any damage fall off, and it was still a one-shot headshot kill. So
yeah,
like
rough.
you would just die immediately in random spots, and there was no counterplay. Like especially in a canyon chaos room, it's like you do not go in that room.
Death.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Personally, what I would want to see for another weapon is I would want an in-between gun between the pistol and the sniper. That's a little bit more long range, but not like so all in as the sniper. Like an actual revolver, I think would be nice.
That would be cool. Why would you pick it up?
Because I've used revolvers in other games and it would make me happy.
Other than that, why would you swap out a pistol for a revolver?
I prefer single shot weapons in general, like trying to line up shots instead of just spamming them with the pistol. So I would want something that has a little bit less of a what do you call the time in between bullets firing? What would you call that?
Shots per second.
Yeah, I wanted to have a higher like CPS instead of like the sniper where it's sort of like 2 shots a second, like maybe 3 or 4, where you can actually line up shots.
What if the sniper now changes to a revolver because it already has 6 shots, and then we add a proper sniper that is 1 shot, 1 kill, but it only has 1 bullet?
Oh, and it takes a while to reload?
Yeah.
Ooh, now you're on.
So like an insta-gib, essentially, but sniper.
I guess one of the questions is like, would you ever be okay with breaking the only one-hand weapon things. Like, what if the sniper was two-handed?
I don't know if I could actually get behind that. I'm going to be honest. This game is like its entire thing is kind of built around the fact that you've got two single-handed weapons. And while I think it works for other games, I think doing that in this case would actually be negative for the game as a whole. I wouldn't personally be able to get behind that.
Here's how I would justify that as like as a dev. I would like put the actual gun in, like, you could choose if it goes to your right or left hand depending on like your handedness, and then in the other hand would be like some sort of like attachment for it that's connected by hoses, and it's like it has like a readout of how much ammo is left, and it could be like a laser gun or something. It could be an instagib. I mean, it could just be a bulkier instagib, but it takes up both hands without actually having to like hold it two-handed like a normal rifle.
Oh yeah,
can
so
see
like
that.
maybe it's like the pickup is like a little two bubbles merged together, and then you pick it up, and like you have a little thing in one hand and the actual gun in the other.
Yeah. So that it still sticks to like their like core of having dual wielded like weapons for everything, but like it's kind of a hybrid.
So really quickly, I do see that point, but also it's been almost half an hour already, and we've talked about two things. We should probably get a few more questions in here before we get to that hour mark and start looking at memes. Because I mean, we could just make this a 3-hour long episode. But
hey, the old
10
Dashcast, the longest Dashcast episode we had was 4 hours.
God Almighty, what?
Yeah, that was a big one. It was mainly Lat, because Lat, if you know him, he talks.
Yeah, he's a big yapper, big yap guy.
But yeah. So who hasn't shared something yet?
Laz.
No, I said the revolver.
Oh yeah, the revolver.
Oh,
Humbles.
You? Oh no, because yeah, no, it is Humbles.
I said the grapple gun. Humbles, what do you got?
Yeah.
So, in terms of stuff that they've updated that I liked, this is actually something that I was talking about even prior to it, but stuff that they update that I liked and how I would change it because I'm kind of disappointed in it a little bit, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I love what they did with the lobby. Don't get me wrong. I like having more than the pistols, because for some of you out there who may not be aware, at one point it was just pistols in the lobby area. And the targets are great, and having that final room in there be like where you spawn back in instead of having that middle ground where you spawn into that random celebration location for the end of the map is great. But I was really hoping that they were going to involve a little bit more with the shooting or with like the dashing ability. So what I dreamed of, what my hope was that they would have either moving targets, real bots like they have in like Overwatch, I think is what it is, where you can like move around the map a little bit and shoot at fake targets that are NPCs basically, so bots in this case, or like involving almost like an obstacle course to practice dashing ability and whatnot. I was really hoping they would be a little bit more involved with. I was kind of hoping that it would be a little bit more involved with the like actual mechanics of the game more so than it was just like adding more shit, if that makes sense.
The reason I'm laughing is because I literally said the same thing on the last Dashcast episode that we talked about this. I was like, man, I wish there's an obstacle course and like targets. And, like,
did you really?
Yeah, literally the exact words.
Well, I mean, it's a good idea. It's a great idea. Even if there wasn't an obstacle course, like instead of the paper targets or metal targets, whatever, instead of the stationary metal targets that they had, if they just had like bots moving around in the shooting range instead, that would be so much more enjoyable, and it would allow you to actually practice techniques. Because the way we do it nowadays is if you want to practice like getting the first shot off on somebody, you start in one lane and you sprint to the next and try and get that first shot off. Or you do a little bit of the I forget what the actual term is, but you sprint in a circle or you sprint back and forth. Strafing. Yeah, you practice your sprint strafing by like going lane to lane basically and shooting, and you back up for distance and you get closer for the precision shots. And it's like we have our ways around it, but it would be so much better if they were just autonomous bots that you could shoot at almost, if that makes sense. And like I said, I'm not upset with the way that they handled the extra room in the lobby. I do like the fact that there's no longer 2 loading screens in between games, but I really, really wish that there was a little bit more involved with the like actual mechanical aspects of the game. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the reason why they didn't do that was because 12 is like the absolute maximum number of entities they could have in a lobby. So that plus the drones, you couldn't do anything else in the lobby, like robots or anything moving around.
Oh, I never thought
Was that
about
really?
it.
I didn't think about that either. That makes
I was gonna
sense.
say you can still keep the little numbers on the chest, 1 through 5.
So, so with that, does that mean like they couldn't rig something to like have moving targets, or is that just like intelligent, like artificial intelligence walking around?
I
like
have no
bots?
idea. I just remember
Okay.
in the past they talked about how they couldn't add any more players or anything like that because 12 was the limit. Though it has been 5 years since the game came out, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not adding players.
Well, I think the bots
I mean-
count as players because they're
yeah.
and
Well,
so do the
and
drones.
like when I say moving targets, I mean like you can make it the paper targets that are just moving back and forth, like what Goose was saying. But
Mhm.
I'm thinking like even less intelligent things, like not even like bots' ability to move around and kind of adjust and aim and do all this other stuff. They wouldn't have to aim because they're targets. You're
Yeah.
using them as target practice. It would be almost like they could be set on their own motion tracks, so they have a specific set motion, which would get stale after a little while, but at least it's something. Or like they're not shooting at you again, like I said. So maybe there's some way to finagle it. I feel like that's possible. Maybe it's just because I'm not a developer or like good with code, so I don't fully understand it. And don't get mad at me if I'm wrong, but like it feels like it would be something that would be fairly routine to add in with its own issues, obviously. But
Well,
like
and
Yeah, just
I
like
don't know.
a payload, but 5 of them.
well, and the other thing is like they have the training maps have moving targets already, so I feel like it would be easy to just like copy and paste those to the lobby. I don't know.
Oh, that's
I'm
so
I'm
true.
not a
Actually, I didn't think about that.
I'm not a coder or anything, so I don't know how tough that would be. But in my goose brain, it feels like it'd be easy to just.
Let's
copy
get Dave
and
over
paste
here.
that. Yeah,
Dave, get in here. Let us know. Are we being stupid? Are we being mean? I'm sorry. But anyway, that would be my that was my like take on the additions and whatnot. Is just a little bit more of an involved mechanical lobby instead of what we have now. Which again, I can't state this enough. I am not upset with it. Thank you, developers, for making it more interesting. But I would like to. I do wish it was a little bit more player involved, I guess.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and I had something that's kind of on the same like tangent, but I wish that there was a way for, and I don't even know how to describe this, like to make the bots tougher and act more human-like, but also have it so that you could set their ping, if that makes sense. So like if you're like if you're going up against like Southern Cross and you know you're gonna have to like play on high ping, you could set it so it kind of like gives you a simulation.
Something to mimic realistic ping instead of
Yeah.
the flawless, instantaneous. Yeah, I've run into that problem too when it like comes to warming up. Warming up with bots is easy, and then I hop into an actual lobby, and it's like that 18 milliseconds on a San Jose or that 75 milliseconds on a New York makes the difference, and
Well,
it's
and
not the same as bots.
There's also the thing that causes post dash is the shot replay or whatever, and I wished that there was a way to like have that apply to the bots, and I guess that would go along with like the ping.
Well, they already have that for the bots. They have it a little bit, but it's just never as
Oh.
much as the if you play a lot of bots, which I do, because I think I do it like 20, 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
But it does have it a little bit. But and I think actually the game has it by itself too. So every game has like, actually I don't know for sure. I don't want to talk about ass. I'm pretty sure it does, where it has hit interpolation between. But yeah, I mean the issue with the bots right now is like they have easy, medium, and hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same thing except for they have varying levels of aim. Like other than that, they're the exact same.
Yeah. So I just wish there was a way to like up the difficulty even more and like give them a little bit more intelligence of like, Because right now they're kind of stupid. Not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
they'll hop onto cart and they'll ride it, but like they won't try if you're shooting at them and they're riding cart, they won't try to evade your shots. They'll just stay on the cart, and I don't know.
Oh my god, but their headshot accuracy is ridiculous when you don't need it to be. God almighty, dude. I'll be warming up sometimes, headshot only, and I'll walk around a corner and get sniped from 7,000 nautical miles away, and it's like, how? That's not realistic. What do you mean I'm dead?
But
Yeah.
Kenny,
Not realistic, because why are you using nautical miles?
Hey, you know what? I don't need to take any flack from you, alright?
Okay.
I was trying to come up with a comeback, and it just didn't work out. Alright, get off my back.
Good try, good try.
Lobster, what else do you got?
I love what they did with Quarry Payload. And I just had this like spark genius moment. Freighter would be such a good domination map.
Oh.
It's like already set up because the center, you could just replace that armor pickup with a button, and then you could have like where the health, not the health pickup, but the dash pickup is on. Oh wait, it's asymmetrical.
Yeah, I was gonna say the cave is a little bit further away, but if they were to like maybe change that, I can see where you're coming from. Yeah,
I think,
or maybe just even on the ends of the bottom rail, like just one on each side and then the center.
Yeah, and then you just have the spawns on either side. That would be fine.
Could you imagine like trying to get like that little platform that the armor is on, like dashing to that like very frantically? I feel like I would miss.
That's the fun part. And then if you miss, you fall and die.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's a great idea, though. I think that I wish that there was a way to have like more options for each map. Like you could run a death match on any of the maps. Like I wish that the game types were almost separate from, obviously the payload you could only do on payload maps, but like I wish that they would make domination maps for every map and just like change them a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was thinking like there's so many possible options for like new maps and stuff like that. But again, like with the weapons, like if we're not using the maps we already have, what's the point? So we just need to make the maps that we have better or more fun to play because no one's doing rig.
Can you imagine though, like a rig with two other rigs connected by rails in like a triangle formation as like a deathmatch or something, or like a domination?
Match,
yeah, I mean just like 3 rigs connected by rails as
what
any
if you
other.
Have 5, so that you have 2 for spawns and then 3 for buttons.
That'd be wild, like in the shape of a dice, like a dice 5 almost, like 2, 1, and then 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then a blimp above everything, like the blimp map above everything.
And then you can dash that map, and now you're on a different game.
open world Hyperdash.
Alternatively, you have 4. You have 4 rigs, and then in the center is blimp, which you can dash up to for the 3rd button.
Oh, that would be disgusting.
I hope the devs are listening right now and they're like, what are these people talking about?
No, it's great.
Like we're giving some actual critiques here, and then we're just like, what if we had 4 rigs and blimp in the same map? Make it happen. It's not that hard.
Like the idea is there. It's like using the maps for stuff that like League players do, because those are the committed and long-lasting player base that's actually gonna enjoy and give feedback and on those maps.
Well, I will say though, League players being the most dedicated doesn't necessarily mean everything, because we are the minority in terms of majority of players. So they've got to find a way to pander to the people who are just there to play the game, basically, while still allowing us. I know it's rig. I know it's rig, but
4 rigs.
There's got to be a middle ground between like the guys who are here to critique and like give advice that we have no reason giving, basically, and like who are going to give feedback basically on the game as a whole versus the majority of people who are just there to play the game. And there's not really going to be any feedback from them, so there's no real way to actually tell what's going on. It's a very, like, I'm going to say political almost, but it's not actually political. When I say that, I just mean it's like they have to be very careful with how they update the game every single time that they update it, because if they do one thing wrong, it's going to lose them so many players. Even if the league was like super excited about it. Like, imagine if they just got rid of elimination as a whole. Like, that's half of the people who played Hyperdash. Like, they would not be able to do that. But we as league players hate seeing that shit in pubs, so we would be happy with it, but we're in the minority. So there's got to be a really good middle ground, and they are burdened with having to figure out what that middle ground is.
I think what they did with like capture the flag, where it's like they so easily swapped it out. Stadium, where they swapped out control point for capture the flag. Like they tried to do
And ball.
that with Worry Payload. Yeah, capture the flag, but with Dust Park, just like easy stuff like that. But I guess it is a little bit more complicated because, like, Quarry Payload, they basically just slapped a rail in the middle, but you can't really do that.
But I feel like Dust Park could be a cool domination map, too. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think that if they, like, separated the game type from the maps, but also that would lead to a lot more options, and I don't know if more options is better for the community, as dumb
Maybe.
as that sounds.
You know what the
Thinking.
biggest crime this game has ever done?
What?
Control Point has been around since the alpha, and there's only ever been one map.
Yes, that is very true.
Real.
Like, put
Just
Control
put it on
Point
Rig.
on Rig, Volcano, like
Hit even if you.
Well, and
if you
and
wanna
I
be
thought that
crazy.
Blimp would make a great Control Point map because it's it's open but also small. I don't know. I think it'd be chaotic and fun.
Yeah,
You guys remember when
Limp
Control
feels
Point didn't
like-
have any shading at all, and it was just like there before they updated it, and
I
there
do
was like
remember that.
shading
That's
and
crazy.
actually, yeah. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there. I
No,
forgot
you're
about
good.
it.
Limp feels like Stadium.
Yeah.
So I think it would be a good fit.
I don't know. Laz, what you got? Any other changes?
To the maps?
Or additions, like whatever?
That would be a great question.
All right, moving on. No, I'm kidding.
I think more more customization aside from just the body, the robot, and then the guns. Like maybe some trinkets or stuff would be fun.
Stickers.
Stickers would be great. Also, like, what if you could put stickers on like the payload or something, since it's client side?
Oh yeah.
That would be cool.
Like, it feels weird that like the main way they make money anymore is because it's free to play is off of the gun skins and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like they do put a lot of effort into the gun skins, but like they could expand it more to lead to more profit. So it seems kind of
Where are my DL skins for the rest of the goddamn set?
Yes.
I need it.
I need my loot boxes. Get a random assortment of gun skins.
See, here's what I'm thinking too, is like, going along with that, I think that they could like the body parts of the robots, like legs and arms and heads and bodies, like those could all be separate. And so you could almost like build your own custom looking robot with all the pieces and parts they've put out. I think that would be kind of cool and kind of unique for each player.
That would be pretty sick.
But
I personally would probably still run default, but you know, that's just me.
But yeah,
sorry.
And I agree with
colors.
Laz that they just need more customization, like period.
I do love how they brought back the randomized weekly maps, though. God, I missed that.
Oh yeah,
That was always a really good time, especially when I was just starting. Like being able to just kind of hop into a game that's ridiculous and should not exist. Like Halloween maps, Christmas maps, all the like festivities and whatever. Like those were always fun, and I'm really happy that they brought those back. I haven't played as many as I wish I had, honestly, but I do appreciate the fact that they exist nowadays. Like the Canyon headshots only that happened like a couple weeks ago. That was so sick. I had a ball.
While we're on that topic, mutators.
Ooh. Yes. Who wants
No
to go
more.
first? Who wants to go first with this? Because I've got a few.
Oh, I know the most obvious one. It's objectively the best.
Okay.
Big head mode. Your robot head is like 20 times bigger.
Thank you.
20 times?
Yes. Like back in the day on the N64, GoldenEye 007, they had big head mode, and I have wanted that in Hyperdash since I've started, and I'm like, why isn't this not a mutator? Like, that is
so many memories just got brought back.
Does it make you taller, or does it like
it just makes
your
head
consistent, and
Purely
then your
the head is
body
bigger.
gets smaller to compensate?
No, just your head is
Keep
bigger.
the hitbox. Keep the headbox or the hitbox the same though. Big head, same hitbox.
Right, so just it's like
It's
just like
just funny.
a
I'm
tiny
just
hitbox
goofing. I'm just goofing.
hidden somewhere within the massive cranium.
It's just funny. There's big heads going around. What do you want?
Yeah. Whoever's thinking the concept. It's a mutator.
Hit the brain.
Honestly-
Oh, wait, I have a tiny one, so you can't.
Honestly, my favorite mutators that they've got so far are like the only ones that I would think to include, like the pumpkin head, gun gifts, instagib, low grav. Like these are all really obvious things that you could add in there. But I honestly don't think there's a whole lot of mutators that they could add in that would change a whole lot. I'm a super big fan of just what they have now. But
So-
maybe I'm just not broad-minded enough to think of anything that would be
There's so
funner.
many things you do. Like you could do jumping instead of dashing, to where you decrease the dash speed by like 500%. So when you dash, you just like jump super slowly to stuff.
Okay, yeah, so I'm definitely
there's,
not
like-
broad-minded enough to think about it then. Y'all
It's like
give
a
me some
warm-up.
ideas.
So, like you put in the dash, then you have to wait like 3 seconds for it to work.
Well, no, you'd be moving throughout the air. Like it'd be a really slow dash, so you're kind of like jumping from place to place. Instead of dashing.
Huh.
Be hyper jump.
I like that.
I mean, I
Hyper
think there's
jump.
a no dash mutator, right?
No, there is not actually.
What? Really?
Yeah, because we tried to do that one time. I hosted one of those party pub nights, and we tried to do a no. We had to like do it honor code. Like
yeah.
nobody
Stuff
could
like
dash.
waterway is just impossible, I guess.
Well, you walk along the rail. That's what we said. You had
Yeah,
to
but,
walk
like,
along the rail.
If you fall, then you're just like you have to
Exactly.
go inside.
Walk in the water.
Exactly,
Skill
yeah.
issue.
Skill issue.
So what about like canyon and stuff? Like you have
just
to walk all
Yep.
that. Wow. Okay.
Dying past checkpoint and the cart's like at the end would suck.
Uh,
Oh, and if you fall in basement, you're kind of screwed. There's one way up.
Yep, exactly. You have to walk up the thing, or walk across the tightrope all the way to the other base.
or just
Yeah.
fall in water and try again.
I think another mutator that would be fun is like affecting the cart speed, so like you could make it really fast.
What if it's like inconsistent? It's just
What do you-
like moves random
Oh.
speeds at random times. So like sometimes it's a little bit faster, sometimes it's a little bit slower. So it's like sometimes it goes backwards a little.
randomized?
Why not a reverse cart, where the cart goes from 100% to 0? It's a new map.
Well,
What if you're on red
does the
side
cart
and you hop on
stay
the
the
cart, it
same
goes
or-
backwards?
Oh, the cart stays the same way. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, the cart
So-
stays the same orientation, so the shield
Big
basically
head,
does
big
nothing.
cart.
Just a big
Tiny cart.
tiny. Only
cart,
one
yes.
person can stand on it.
I would love to see. You know how like nowadays in our displays we've got 3 sections for the blue and 1 section for the red. Where if you're on red and you hop on the cart, it turns red, so the blue side can't move it. What if
Yeah.
there were 3 on each side, and if red hops on there, it moves incrementally backwards, so that like, and it cancels out depending on how many people are on there. So if 2 red and 1 blue are on there, it's
should
going to
be
move
its own game
backwards
mode.
at the speed of 1.
That seems
Yeah,
like you would never get to checkpoint.
Here's the thing that I brought up last time we talked about this, actually, when we were talking about game modes. I thought it'd be fun to have like a tug of war where the cart starts in the middle, and if you jump on it, then it goes towards the other team's base. And
I love
obviously
that.
if the other team does, then it slows down. Like if 3 people are on that are red and 2 blue, then it goes towards the red side.
you got to cut the cart in half and put a shield on
Bad.
both sides. Put a shield on both sides. No
Then
back
when it
end.
gets
It's
to
just 2
the
shields.
opponent's base, it explodes and everyone dies.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
I even
Just
drew
like-
a little map for it too.
Wow.
I know.
We're dedicated.
I went above
she
and
do it
beyond.
Devs,
this
get this
time.
guy on the team. Get this guy on the
Yeah.
team.
I'm the
Ideas.
I'm the
I don't
ideas.
know.
The idea
Laz
board.
had some pretty good ideas, but they don't talk very much.
Yeah, Laz, speak up. God.
That's not intelligible human speech.
All I heard on my end was.
Yeah, that's all they said.
You just start barking.
There wasn't anything else to it.
Hey, Laz, what do you think about like where we're going today?
Are we there yet? Because
Oh my god! Wow.
So on the topic of game types, are there any other game types you guys could think of to add to the game?
Not really. They kind of covered everything.
Oh, did they now?
From
I
like,
mean, I think a gun game would be fun.
Games. Yeah, gun game would be dope.
That would be that. See,
but that's basically elimination.
Yeah,
so.
but I wish that they had like single player elimination like gun game. I think that would be dope and on a bigger map.
Yeah. We should bring back green. Bring back green. The biggest mech in Hyperdash.
We need a Hyperdash roguelike.
I don't know what that is.
Wow.
Goose is too old for that.
Yeah,
but
like the
I like the idea of open world Hyperdash.
Oh, see, okay. So I before I tell my real game type, I had this idea that I was in the shower and I was like trying to think of topics for this, and I was like, what if there was like a playlist that you started off on payload, and then as soon as the payload was over, you had to like dash to a doorway to get to your spawn for for domination. And then if there was a tie, then you would have to then dash to another doorway to get to the stadium. It was kind of open world.
Oh wow! Okay,
I think the
so
quest one would combust on
yeah, the quest 1 would explode.
Shit, I think the quest 2 would explode. I don't know if anything else other than PC could handle that.
Well, if the cart gets to the other opponent's base, it explodes.
Yeah, exactly.
More explosions. Devs,
all right,
more
so
explosions.
here's my
explosive bullets for a mutator. You can make pistol bullets explode impact.
Yeah,
the volcano should explode.
See,
timed volcano.
I said that last time on Dashcast. I said
yeah.
Dynamic
I remember,
maps.
I think.
But my real answer for the game types is King of the Hill. So having like a map like Crater, where like the sniper's nest would be a hill, and the cave, like a portion of the cave would be a hill, and then the middle room would be a hill, and like your team would just try to control that for like you having people in there. Having
more like a capture.
Yeah, like if you're in the hill and you have multiple people, it counts up by how many people are in there like each second. So if you only have one person, it only counts 1 point. But if you have like 4 or like your whole team is in there, then it counts up by 5. And it like the hill moves around the map randomly, so you don't know where the next hill is going to be. So you could do the risk and like send people to another hill that may or may not be there. And then you can like hold it down until the other team tries to fight you for it.
But
maybe
I think
it's and then it'd be like 25 minutes, I assume.
Yeah,
like
it'd be a full length. But I think
maybe it's like there's a certain number of points that you can extract from each hill, so you know when it's gonna go.
Yeah. And I think the way that
I don't think anybody liked that.
Oh, I'm trying to think if Call of Duty or Halo did this, but they had a King of the Hill, and if you were fighting inside of the hill, then it didn't count. Like you had to have people in there not fight. Okay.
Yeah, Call of Duty did that.
But I think
I only know what you're talking about because they do have a game mode in Contractors that I play Contractors occasionally, but they do have a game mode that is exactly that, and well, not exactly that, but very similar, where there will be 3 points on the map that you have to control for the longest amount of overall time. Mm-hmm. So you want to have 2 at least, but if you can get all 3, all the better for you. But like a domination, the third one is always going to be like basically right next to the enemy spawn. So you've got to be
Oh.
really careful about how you send out your resources. Typically speaking, you only really want to control 2.
Yeah.
But it's very similar to a domination. It's just that it's more player based than it is like who can press the button faster.
Yeah. Huh.
I like that though. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I posted that on the ideas page on the Triangle Factory server, and it
They
got a
even
little.
listen to those?
Yeah, like they do like, but the problem is a lot of our ideas are like completely unrealistic to the manpower that they have, and
They added swords.
yeah, bring back the sword.
Well. They have to breachers, and then now
Skins.
now they have to
Forefront.
Yeah, now they have to forefront after the breacher.
Yep.
So now they're just like super busy because gun skin.
Hopefully that means that their team is going to increase though, like where they'll have sections for here's the Hyperdash team, here's the breachers team, here's the forefront
one
team.
They have a
person for
Hyperdash guy.
Hyperdash, 3 people
Yeah, they have a
for
guy.
breachers, everybody else on forefront.
And I think they said that they still have people working on the game. Like it's still actively, like they put out an announcement not too long ago. Hold on, what did they say?
Oh, what did they do? Yeah, I'll go.
It said this was put out. Oh, it was put out today.
You can buy stuff.
Yeah, well, but they said now excuse us as we get back to work on the next Hyperdash update with the eyes, with the eye emojis. So they're still working on it. Like they're actively.
Oh, and there's more gun skins, and there's more gun skins, and
yeah, more gun skins.
Oh,
Wait, hold on,
look,
where?
go to forefront now. Also, there's
on
more
the
gun
announcements
skins.
on the announcements on the Hyperdash server.
Don't you want to play forefront? You could also.
Yeah,
Well, I
there.
will
I
say it's
I
better
see
than when
one
the game first went
today.
free to play, because they made all the gun skins and they didn't add anything for like a year. So why did you go free to play? Like it was like they only added like 1 or 2 robot bodies, and like 5 or 6 gun skins, and then there was nothing else.
Well, don't you want to play breachers?
I could never stand breachers.
I refuse to get it. I don't even. I'm not a super big fan of like R6 or anything like that. I just don't think it would be a good fit.
Okay, well, breachers not for you. What about forefront?
I'm gonna play forefront.
Okay.
I love
Also,
to be
guns-
determined.
Okay, you don't like any of that? Okay, gun skins. Bye.
Okay, so then, let's see. We talked about that. Who's next? Who has an idea? Because I have like 2 more.
I mean, I've just been kind of riffing off of everybody else minus the one idea that I had.
Okay, so, all right. I guess I'll go with this idea. This is a big one. So I think shields. I mean, they're useful in some situations, but I think
Shields.
that the way that they could be changed for the better, and I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with this, but okay, say you have a shield, right? You're on cart.
Paid it already.
Rocketeer shoots a rocket at you. You can bounce the rocket off of the shield,
Yeah.
and then.
Yeah,
But
I
here's the
don't-
thing. Here's the thing. Then that rocket becomes like it can kill either team. So that's how it's balanced. Is that you can bounce it off your shield, but you could end up hitting your own teammate, or you could bounce it off and hit an enemy. And I think that would just make the shield much better.
How bouncy is the bounce?
Like it's like
Would it
imagine
go
like
all
It's
the
more
way
a
back
reflect,
to
right?
the
Than a bounce.
huh?
Is it a reflect or is it a bounce?
It's a reflect. So like you
Okay.
could bash it in the air and it would follow the direction of like your bash. So you can't.
Okay, but would
there's
it be
no
just for
controlling it.
rockets, or would it be everything? Like,
I
would
think-
would the shield no longer absorb things? Would it just be consistent?
No,
Because
I
like
think-
it makes sense for rockets, but SMGs would be fucking
No,
chaotic.
I think just the heavies, just the shocks and the shocks and rockets. Like the shock would just like angle back whatever like angle it hits. It's kind of like Rocket League, where like the ball, if it hits the glass, it goes off at like the mathematical angle that it should. Like it would be the same thing with the shock and the rocket. Like it would just
I think
go
the
off in the
shock
direction.
should do that, but I think the rocket should lose some speed.
I guess that's true.
What
I
about
think it would
charge
also
shots on
be
pistols?
interesting.
Charge
Is if
shots
whenever
on
you hit.
pistol- Oh yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I'll talk now.
I was
Sorry,
just commenting on
delay.
that.
I swear.
Yeah.
I said, "Ooh, shiny."
Ooh, shiny. It's just that it only reflects, but like when you hit trigger for like a second, it's like on a cooldown. So like it's a skill, but it can reflect anything.
Yeah,
Reflect anything?
I could see that. I could see that
Yeah.
because then you have to like like you said, it's like a skill that you have to learn, and it's not just active all the time.
Well, you could also bait it out like as the Rocketeer. It's like, oh, they're gonna parry it. So what if I wait a second, or I like move my rockets in a weird way?
Hmm.
It would definitely
What
make
if-
the shields more appealing to people if they knew that they could use them in some other way than basically like, oh, well, I used a shield one time and they killed me by shooting my feet. I'm never going to use it again. Like the shield is
Yeah.
kind of, unless you know how to use it, like F2P or who's the other one? Jake. Like if you don't know how to use the shield, then it's kind of a useless thing. And there's really only a few people that we see ever actually pick them up. Or Toshiro even, he's got it down pretty.
Yeah, it's
pretty
very
good.
passive right now, and I think if they made that change, it would make it like active and make more people want to pick it up, because it's basically losing firepower, and I don't think there's a trade off for that right now. Besides
100%.
besides soaking up a little bit of bullets, but like that paired with like some of the internet issues, like sometimes the shield doesn't even work. So like I feel like making it a little bit better that way would go a long way.
Would it
For sure.
also reflect a sword?
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah, I think that would also be cool, just in general for rockets, because like then you have so much more to think about, and you can curve it in such funky, wacky ways, which I do already.
Like obviously, if the
I
rocket
try to.
hits the cart like on the floor, then it would blow him up. But like,
Oh yeah.
It would
'Cause
just
if
add
it
a
only
little
hits
bit-
the shield, yeah.
yeah. So then it would to me in my mind I would almost be if I had the shield I would go towards the rocket trying to knock it out of the way. I don't know.
Yeah, it
because
just
right now it's kind of like
makes you think a little bit.
you hunch down behind the
Yeah.
shield on the cart and hope that the rocket
Help your
doesn't
friends
hit
help you.
Yeah.
It also makes your heart gameplay a little bit more active. Or you run up into a Rocketeer's face, hold up a shield, and then kaboom.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do that already, to be fair.
No, but you die as well. This
Hey,
can,
Hey,
if,
you know
if
what?
you
Worth
could
it. Worth it.
If you could reflect the rocket, you wouldn't die. So you could go up to another Rocketeer and do the same thing.
Could you what happens if two
Could
rockets hit each
you
other?
bounce your own rocket?
Immovable
against
object
the
versus an unstoppable force, unfortunately. Everything ceases to exist.
I need to go test this.
No?
I don't think they hit each other.
Oh, that's so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
they don't
pretty
collision.
sure, and I don't
Projectiles do not have
actually know,
collision.
but I'm just pretty sure because I've never seen it.
Ugh.
Imagine
Obviously, a
if the
rocket can
robots
hit a
had
person.
collision. Instead, like there was an issue earlier last week where I said some sus stuff on a stream because I was like, yeah, he's inside him or whatever it was. But like, imagine if we had collision as robots, specific like as players. There was no more like running into somebody. It's like you are running into them.
There actually used to be collisions for your hands.
Really?
Yes. The issue though is that if you ever had rockets, you would just shoot your hands and immediately die.
Fair enough. I will leave that idea in the past.
So I was just thinking about that because rocket collision, what can collide with a rocket? A player. Well, what could a shield reflect? A rocket? Could you reflect a rocket mid-dash?
No, because
Counterpoint,
post
could
dash
you
will always
reflect-
screw you.
Good point.
Could you reflect a player mid dash with the shield?
Probably not.
Like
Would it
they
do
just bounce off your
damage?
shield.
Yeah.
Dash
like
into them and
everything.
send them into the omniverse.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that would be cool. Like, if you dash onto it, it also has, like, a separate trajectory for, like, the bouncing off of it. That might actually be pretty cool.
Can a grappling hook bounce off a shield?
No!
Could a sword bounce off a shield?
I already said that.
Wait, can a sword bounce off a shield?
Exactly.
I already
That's
said
what I'm
that.
saying, dude.
We have
Original
to
thought.
load the alpha and test it. Or was it not even in the alpha? Did they cut that before?
I don't know when they cut it. I just remember it being a thing.
Well, I've seen the files. Like I've seen the pictures of it.
Oh, Files of what? Sorry.
Oh, the sword.
Oh, I think that was a mod somebody made.
Oh.
It didn't do anything. It was a visual mod that just showed up in your hand.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I guess it's not cool.
It kind of became an in-joke because, like, back when the game was in alpha, there'd be like 20 people every day like, hey, can you get a sword? Hey, can you get a sword? What if there was a sword? It'd be really cool. But no, there was never like any alpha sword or whatever.
So maybe not a sword, but you know what does shoot a projectile? Catapult. Catapult cart.
What if they added a car?
What
if it was just
they
forefront?
added a car?
Add a bow and arrow to Hyperdash.
What if the
All right,
car
sorry,
had a
we're getting off.
sword?
We're getting
I
off
mean-
track.
Well, here's
Explosive arrow.
Here's the thing that is kind of, what if there were like traps that you could set? Like you could push a button and it would like set a trap that if somebody walked through a doorway, it would just like kill them instantly, like a spike ceiling would fall
think
down or something.
that would have to
Redstone
be
and
like,
Hyperdash.
I think that would have to be like a map specific thing. Like
Well,
you have
yeah.
a map with doorways that like has spikes that come out of them, you know, a lava trap, you know, throw some zombies on you, skeletons that shoot arrows, and you know, obviously, and if you pour a bucket of water, all the redstone washes away, so
Right.
gotta be careful with that. Don't
So
put
we-
it near
we-
abyss.
So we just.
What if you
want
could turn off the
Minecraft.
rails on waterway?
Oh.
Just
Oh
pull the
well,
water.
rails are also affected by water, but do we have
Build
powered
your own.
powered
build your
rails
own route.
in Hyperdash?
Well, okay.
Build your own
so
route for the cart on your way to the enemy's base. Build your own path.
the funny thing is, like, I wrote down. So I had the grapple gun as like one mode of transportation, but I also thought that it would be fun to have a map with teleporters. So like you couldn't. It would be like Halo 1 where you couldn't see through the teleporter. You would just see somebody randomly show up. So like
That would be sick, actually.
I was actually thinking about something similar before, where it's like a non-Euclidean map, where it's like you have just, it looks like it's normal, but it flips you upside down, or it's just a separate area, so it's like a
so it's
teleporter
like an-
where you can see
like
through,
an
and
MC
it's like
Escher.
seamless.
it's like MC
Sure.
Escher painting.
Whoever that is.
Yeah.
The guy who did the painting with the staircases in all different directions and
Oh, yeah, but like, when you walk on it, it's like nothing's different, but if you look around you, everything's changing
what
all
happens
the
if
time.
can you dash to other planes
Oh
of
yeah,
existence?
of course. No, not other planes of existence, but like the map itself has a weird geometry that isn't physically possible.
I would get so sick. I'm telling you right now.
You
I
play VR already.
I
You're
would just
fine.
be screaming, "This isn't physically possible!"
Yeah, it's a video game. We're
Yeah,
adding
it's like
swords.
All right. Well,
The title of this episode should just be Swords question mark, by the way.
Swords.
Swords.
You're adding swords to Hyperdash? Confirmed?
Hey, I didn't write that.
Click,
Make it the thumbnail.
Not clickbait.
title.
put a big ass
You
red
put
arrow in
Fortnite
the
Minecraft in real life.
thumbnail.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to Photoshop
For
that
the
and put
real
that
life
in here now.
segment, Goose, you should go out, get a sword.
Sword and Hyperdash potion at 3 a.m. gone wrong.
Just go buy a lightsaber.
Would
This-
it cut through walls?
This isn't related to the topic at all, but I thought as a funny intro,
What is?
it for a funny intro for this episode, I was gonna go to the town square that I live in and walk up to random people and ask them what their favorite Dash League team is.
Oh, that.
That would be insane. Holy.
What you need to do, though, is walk around in, like, a sky hoodie or something.
I don't have. I bought a T-shirt and it never got sent. I have the hat. I have the
No.
Dash League hat.
That's fine, I guess.
Yeah,
Poser.
I'll
We
figure
get-
something
You,
out.
we could buy you a
Poster.
T-shirt. We have the funds for that. We could buy you something, Goose.
All right.
Yeah, because of Doll, we have the funds to buy Goose a.
Oh yeah, dolls like. Oh, last stream they sent $1,000.
I can take one session off of my speech therapy to afford Goose a sky hoodie.
Okay.
Yeah, and like this economy nowadays humbles. I'm sorry, your speech therapy is getting cut from the budget.
No,
You can just shoot
guys,
text to
I
speech. She doesn't
need
need to
it.
actually talk.
Will always be fart crocus. Crocus.
Fart crocus, yeah, all right. Speaking of, how about we get to some memes? Because it's been
All
over
right.
an hour already.
Yes,
Oh,
let's
that,
look at some
that was an
memes.
unintentional
along the way.
but good transition.
All right. All right, let's go look at some memes. More memes that you guys have sent in. We're going to be starting off with this video. Here we go.
They getting groovy.
I love that. I love it. 100%.
That was
It's very nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
this stupid pop-up.
We didn't see it.
Yeah.
100%. Oh, we've got Roadrunner putting their arms up. I don't know. I don't know
Is it
how
just a
this.
photo or is it a video?
No, it's just a photo.
Like Chad versus Beta. I'm the Chad bot on the left, and you're the Beta.
I feel like they're just trying to be banana, and they can't be banana. We already have the perfect ragdoll image.
Oh, it did it again. Okay.
Oh gosh.
How's your cup time, by the way?
My what?
Cup time.
What
Yeah.
is this?
It's
Buttery.
It's pottery.
Well, here, why is his name censored?
Yeah, wait, what? Go back, go back.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not that long. It must be like 1 or 2 characters.
It's a Hacks player. We got that.
Is it D9?
It's probably D9.
Yeah, like, wait, exposed your identity. I'm sorry.
Get
Hold
exposed.
Who
Unreal.
posted this?
He's probably holding shotguns in this photo. That's why they covered it up with ceramics.
Ceramics. Oh, Lolly Ollie posted
Well, not
this.
yet. It's still
Why did he blur his name? Is he
still
like a
malleable.
I don't know.
He's not allowed to be shown in public, my guy. All right, he's got a protection order. Calm down.
Yeah, they were holding shotguns, so
All right, on to the next one.
I want to avoid hate speech.
Hell yeah! Now that's someone I can get behind. I'll vote for that.
This came to us from Dashel. This is a very.
Of course,
That's fair.
of course.
I love Dashel's
I love
humor.
how he matched the font and everything. Like the font color, it's almost perfect.
Yeah, it's just the orientation, and then there's a little bit of color mismatch.
Well, I think just that the red is faded on the shirt.
Yeah.
It's so good though. So good. I love it.
I would honestly, if this was a shirt in the store, I would buy it. And
You hear
nobody
that?
else
People who
would.
control the Dash League store, get this in there immediately.
Yeah.
Gollum is the only one who does anything. You can just say Gollum.
All right.
Gollum.
On the
We
episode we'll
need
never
this
watch.
as an in-game skin so that we can teach little children what to do.
Vote for payload.
The control point.
Oh, I know what this is.
My favorite route on.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
It's just the most disgusting.
So
after it's a bounce shot.
The funny thing is, I put this in the highlights. This is one of the highlights.
Yeah, I was gonna say this isn't really a meme, but it's funny.
What even happened?
They shoot bounce shots and it works.
And it hits Halo Arthur.
The powers of his mind.
He
Pretty
said,
much,
They
yeah.
still- after that shot, they still lose.
Hey, I don't want to hear anything from you. All right, Hosein did his best.
They hit the button.
That's good. That's more than most people.
This is
So
crazy.
what shot was it? Oh, it was that one.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
it bounced 5 times against the wall and then hit him in the head.
Yeah, I want
I
to
think it
see.
might have been lag, where it's like they thought the person was
No.
dead and they shot at it.
I wish there was a
No,
POV
no.
from the other side.
Yeah, I wish
No, no.
I wish we could see Halo Arthur's POV,
Yeah.
because like, oh my gosh, dang.
He did not hit anything there though. That was definitely a bounce shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But they were
All
shooting ghosts.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I know it's
The
about.
control point.
All right. Up next. It's another
Why is it blurred
Why
again?
are they such? Why are they yellow? Who are you?
It's a
Oh, this is on
deathmatch.
the
Deathmatch.
this is
yeah,
on the
yeah.
old
Oh yeah,
celebration
the old
room.
lobby.
Yeah, this is an old meme.
Old. Oh, that's why they're.
It's an old meme, but it checks out, sir.
It
This
does,
was
yeah.
this is also posted by Lolly Ollie. All right, that's so funny though. These are high quality. Keep them coming. Hello.
They don't
Next.
want to keep it coming.
Next.
Was that it, or?
No, that's not it. Hold on.
Oh
I think the
no!
computer's telling you you're done.
What did you do?
What a dash hole.
Hold on. We'll be right back. Technical
That's good.
difficulties.
No, dash
Oh,
holes
what
in
is this? Why did I go to this screen? All right, hold on.
Oh. Laz, no.
Okay.
What do you mean?
No one likes that.
Okay, it is not letting me click on.
Leave
Oh.
Raider here.
There it is.
No.
It's just hiding in the corner.
Okay, there we go. All right, all right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh,
We're
I know.
back. We're back. Just give me. There we go. All right.
Alright.
Here's one. Oh no.
So that I don't leave Raider here on his own.
I appreciate that.
Low down in the back getting molested while I'm trying to vote for Raider Gator here. On his own.
I appreciate
Why is it
that.
slowed down?
Leave Raider Gator here on his own.
Wasn't
10 out
enough.
of 10. 10 out of 10.
Then slowed that down too, and then eventually we'll just keep getting slower and slower. Oh, that's how you fix your speech therapy. Surely
Okay,
that's not it. Okay, yeah.
This one is from Romeo.
Is it so pixelated?
Wait, what just happened?
Excuse me?
I wasn't
Romeo
watching.
just died laughing. He died laughing. That was the. I think that was the.
Oh, did they kill themselves to a shot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fair reaction actually.
That is.
No, that's based.
All right, next. Oh.
It is based? No, they're out of base. They're in shield.
They're divorced. They hate each other. They
What
broke
is
out.
happening right now?
These are. I think the caption was the bots have beef.
Yeah, they're divorced.
Okay.
They're not speaking terms. But
Oh,
why is the
what's
room
Nick
so
doing?
dark?
No, they're not married. One of them's the father.
is
One
it-
of them's the
is it
son.
Miss?
Nell and Nell's son.
It's Neil.
I think it's definitely missed.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Neil
shut up,
and
shut up.
Neil's son. Yeah.
Son of Neil.
Neil and Nissan, the car brand.
Dad?
I think it's
And,
missed.
and Nick is the bastard child that they don't talk to. He's been excommunicated by the family.
Nick is the uncle.
Dash League lore.
Yeah, Neil and Neil's son.
All right, coming up next. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Here we
Where's
go.
the bots?
I don't know, Goose. What do we got?
The pottery.
Ceramics!
Hold on. Hold on.
Wait, oh.
Why is it so low quality? The left one. How is it worse quality than the 15-year-old image on the right?
Okay.
Why is it 3.6 times?
This was posted by Rel, and it says Raider Gator looks like Action Lab. I don't know who Action Lab is, but they looked very
You don't
similar.
know who Action Lab is? That's
You don't look
crazy.
anything like each other. What do you mean?
If you put Action Lab with the beard, you'll see it.
Yeah, I think it's just
It's
the
stance.
yeah. Action Lab's eyes are way too close though. They're way closer together.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't like this image. Can we move on? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't want to look at this.
No, human faces are not very nice.
I know it's
Should
mostly
we get
cloudy.
low quality like
Play
this?
button. All right, next. Oh, hold on.
Oh,
There's
no,
more.
Daniel.
There's more.
No,
Don't
there's
worry.
not. There's
Oh,
Oh, here it is.
yeah.
Yeah, goodbye, Universal. Night, night.
I mean, it's
Just
probably
having a
5
nap,
a.m.
dude.
for them.
Maybe.
Can you imagine
Hey,
falling
what is this,
asleep
like,
while playing Hyperdash? That would be
2018,
insane.
Like caption, like
I've done it.
No way.
Okay, so Not
Surely that's not all.
not my proudest goose moment here, but this is a Dashcast exclusive. Actually, I think I've talked about this before, but I I was playing one of those party pub nights that I was talking about, and I was also partaking in the alcohol, and so everybody had left. And I was just in the lobby, and I had like laid down and tried playing while laying down on my floor. And I ended up
And you
falling
just fell asleep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I woke up only like 10 minutes later, but like I was like, what in the heck? And I was like, all right, I'm going to bed.
I think I would freak out if I woke up and I was still in Hyperdash. It would absolutely
Yeah.
traumatize me. Like wake up and all of a sudden reality is what I have played for the past God knows how long.
Can't be
Oh, that
proud.
would freak me out.
Is this a different one?
So that I
Oh
don't
no, this is the
No.
same one.
That's the same
Okay,
one.
hold on. Okay, so, sorry,
Fire-
this playlist,
Or the
What is this playlist?
it all got.
Yeah,
Here's
What?
okay.
Oh,
So there's
this
a
is
backstory.
Hyperdash.
No, there's a
Yeah.
backstory. There's a backstory.
Yeah, it's in France. France is in the UK.
Yes.
Oh my god, I cannot
Which clearly has
Leonard-
a Ferris wheel in the background.
It's the Isle of London, my
mean-
G.
This is like Las
See,
Vegas.
see Europeans. I know geography. I know landmarks and things.
I
This is-
went
South
to
of
Vegas
America.
when I was
of
5.
America. Yeah, precisely.
South of America.
This is in like Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Lord.
these are all
Anyway.
Brazilian landmarks.
Next.
Control point.
Oh,
Already
okay.
saw this.
Hold on. Don't
saw
worry.
this.
Don't worry.
Already saw this.
Don't worry. There's
Already saw
more.
that.
Oh, here we go.
That's new.
Okay. All right.
Here's the funny.
Oh,
Okay.
Here's the
all right.
funny.
I don't know. It was just posted in the meme channel. I don't check the memes before. All right. Anyways.
He's shooting, bro.
Psychological abuse.
It's C2 this time. C2's getting a
Why doesn't
massage.
she have legs?
Team.
Why do they?
Team.
I like how the masseuse is the one sitting on the table, and C2 is on the...
She's not even sitting. She's just materialized there. There's no legs. There's nothing
Well,
to sit on.
Well,
Torso.
amputees exist.
Whoever posted this didn't want C2 to be associated to any team. It was probably posted by someone in Southern Cross.
Yeah, wait, why is that blurred?
Hold on,
We
who
need to
posted
swap with the hacks.
It's Lolly. It's definitely Lolly Ollie that posted it. He is like, I don't know. He's running a censorship campaign. No, I hit myself in the face with my own keys. Ugh.
It says, okay, so Lolly Ollie posted it and it says, hey guys, it's the weekend. The matches are coming up. Make sure you warm up.
That's pretty good.
All right, next.
Oh, there's more. Okay.
Maybe.
Don't worry.
I
I think there's more. I think we're
Don't
getting
worry.
scammed.
The control
Are
point.
you sure?
Oh, we need to scroll through every single one of them again to catch up? Okay.
Okay, so the playlist got screwed up when I had those technical difficulties.
Control
So
point.
okay, I think we've gone through all of them for this episode.
No,
gonna
let's
say-
cycle through it like 10 more times just to make sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have 3 more recaps of all the memes.
There we go.
Oh gosh. No,
I think
that's all.
we've done it. Oh gosh, VLC keeps popping up. All right. All right. Well,
That was something.
that was a ball of fun. Do you guys have anything else to say before we
No,
call
that's
it?
a game mode. It's on Dust Park.
All right, and on that,
I hate it
I'm
here.
done. I'm done.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching / listening to us ramble on for an hour about game types and things.
Hour and a
we
half.
wanted to- Hour and a half. Boom.
Plus memes.
Plus the memes. I don't know how time works. All right. Well, we will see you next time on Dashcast. Have a... I don't even know what to say. Have a great morning.
Will we?
Have
Will
a
we
great-
see you next time on Dashcast?
Hey, episode. Hey, We gotta do the,
13? Like,
we've got it. Okay, so we've got cycle 6, then we've got playoffs, and then we'll probably do another episode after playoffs. Who knows? We're just playing it by
We'll
ear.
be here.
We'll be here.
Yeah,
You
we'll
know
be
where
here,
to find
guys.
us.
Don't you worry about it.
YouTube. Dash,
And we know where to
Dash
find
League.
you.
Dashiest of League. Come
We're
back
ending
for
it
some more
on a
Dashing
vaguely
League.
threatening message from Humbles. I'm keeping this all in here, by the way.
I can make
No.
I love friends.
Dash your league. Only a Dash
Okay,
League.
bye. Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Alright, bots. It's called Ko-Fi. It lets you support Dash League with a little money each month, and in return you get some sweet things. For $5 a month, you get a cool custom Discord role. For $10 a month, you get the role and you get a personal shout out each cast. And for $25, you can get all of that and a free Dash League t-shirt every season. Now that's less than you'd spend on a coffee per month. Oh wait, you're bots. You don't drink coffee. Or live. You kinda just stand there. Anyway, support Dash League by signing up on the Ko-Fi website. The link is in the description.
I hunt geese.
I'm gonna pretend that I didn't hear that. Support Dash League now on Ko-Fi and get cool things in return. Later, bots.